So, with the introduction of the new Rumble Limit Break feature to One Piece Treasure Cruise, we are entering a new era of PvP. So, what is Rumble Limit Break, you ask? It's a brand new feature similar to a normal limit break that allows us to boost the Rumble stats of our units by a percentage to HP, attack, recovery, defense, speed, resistance, and even special CG. The unit needs to be at least level 120, and to unlock this potential, you need a rainbow key. Normal and PvP legends such as S-Hawk and Garp need 1 key, and Super Sogo legends and anniversary legends like KIZARU or Film Red Luffy for example need 2 keys. The only way to obtain these rainbow keys is from Treasure Map Grand Line and New World Leagues. For New World, you get 1 key at 5 million and another key at 10 million, while in Grand Line you get 1 key at 10 million, which means you are incentivized to play Treasure Map in higher leagues, and it also means that these keys are going to be scarce, at least for the first couple months. So we want to be wise with which units we use our rainbow keys on. It's probably why you're watching this video right now. So which units to give your rainbow keys to? Let's go through the thought process together. First thing we need to look at is the type of units. You want to prioritize these keys on units that are high damage dealers, while Nami and Karina and Usopp Lilith are one of the best and most used units in PvP. You will get more value out of your key if you use it on, let's say, Kuma, Luffy Lucci, or S-Hawk, simply because the stats gained from the Rumble Limit Break scale better with damage than delaying, shielding, or healing. It's better to one-shot your enemy than delaying it or even buying it, for example. Normal legends such as Garp get 20% attack from the key. PvP and anniversary legends such as Boa Hancock or S-Hawk get 25% attack. Super Sogo legends such as Roger Crew or the new Quick Luffy get 30% attack from the rainbow key. And as any gamer knows, percentage buffs almost always result in a crazy amount of scaling and power creep. The second step that we want to look at is which teams and units you frequently play. If you play shooters, it's obvious you should rainbow key Luffy Lucci or Kuma, for example. If you play mostly strength teams, Kuma or Film Red Luffy are the obvious choices. It's a nice crossover there. If you play strength and shooters, Kuma is good for both teams, so it's a good investment there. Same goes for Dex teams. You want to buff versus Kaido or Ace or some unit like that, some high damage dealer. The third step that we need to look at is the game mode that matters the most to you. We have 2 game modes mainly: Rumble, Grand Party, and to a certain extent Assault Rumble, but the main ones are Grand Party and Normal Rumble. I think for most people, including myself, Grand Party matters most. It just makes sense because of the reward structure on that game mode. So with all that in mind, and this is my own opinion, feel free to disagree in the comments down below. I think the first 2 or 3 legends you want to rainbow key should be a top tier Grand Party leader that is also a damage dealer, that is also used in some meta teams, and also has a tag that is frequently buffed in Grand Party. So I checked over the last 7 seasons of Grand Party to see which tags are mostly buffed. So I found that Logia, Navy, 4 Emperors, World Government, 5 Elders, and Mythical Zoans that have been the most commonly buffed tags. So now that we have all these information, let's rank the units that you should give your keys to. So we've got here the best PvP damage dealers in the game. That's my opinion. You can disagree. I don't consider Valkyrie a good damage dealer because it's not that good. And Jupiter, the same, he's more of a debuffer, unlike Marcus Mars or Venus Zoro. So according to the criteria we mentioned earlier in the video, we're going to start with S tier. It's going to be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. They have the tags of 4 Emperors, Mythical Zoan, Egghead, and Straw Hat. They are likely to be buffed in the next months. These are pretty common tags. They will be buffed if not next month, the month after. Followed by Quick, Powerhouse Luffy. For the same reason, the tags and being on meta teams, Luffy, these both Luffys are in the best teams in the game right now, the Slicer teams and the Driven Quick teams. Followed by Kaido and Luffy versus Kaido. Again, the same. They have the tags of 4 Emperors, Straw Hat, Mythical Zoan, Wano, and 4 Emperors. So they are most likely to be buffed in the future. And for these 3, you do not have to limit break key them all at the same time. You can key one of them so you have the tags covered, and then move to a different leader that have a different tag to have all the tags covered for the future. The 4th unit that I'm going to be putting on S tier is KIZARU. He is the king of Grand Party. Whenever he's buffed, he basically smothers any team he goes against. And he is Logia and Navy, which is going to be covering an extra 2 tags. And then we follow that with the last unit on the S tier. It's going to be Marcus Mars. He is one of the best leaders in the game, and he also covers the tags of the 5 others and the world government. So if we have one of these 3 units limit break rainbow keyed on top of this, one of these 2 or one of these 3 and then these 2, we will have the 3 of the best GP leaders buffed and ready for whenever they are buffed in the Grand Party to use. And then we move into A tier. I have this Luffy here. I like this Luffy more than some of these units on top, but the only reason why he is on A tier is because he's missing the tag of 4 Emperor. This was before the end of the fight with Kaido, so he was not declared one of the Yonko yet. So I have him on A tier, but he's still a really good legend. Same with this Luffy. He's not used in a lot of meta teams. Same reason as the Int Luffy, he's missing the tag of 4 Emperor. So if a 4 Emperor is buffed on Grand Party and you key this guy, he's going to be useless for you. And then followed by Venus Zoro. I don't like him as a leader, but he's pretty good overall if you think of it. He also goes on Slashers, Psy team, and the 5 Elder team. So you will get a lot of use out of him, and he'll be a good asset for you in the future. And then for the final unit for the A tier, we have Whitebeard and Ace. They have the 4 Emperor tag, the Logia tag, the Whitebeard tag, the Marineford. They cover a lot of tags. They don't feature in a lot of meta teams, sadly, but they have this feature or this thing that they do damage after dying, which in my opinion I think is going to be valuable in the future, given that GP bursts are going to be one-shotting teams. I think teams or units that can do damage after death are going to be more valuable in Grand Party than before, because of the fact that you can get one shot, or your team can get one shot without or before they use their specials. And staying on the topic of dealing damage after death, on B tier we have the Riser crew. They are a great unit for a striker team. They can go on the Int team, they can go on Slasher team. They are pretty well-rounded units, and they can be a good GP leader too if you want to use them. And they deal damage through death. That's why I'm going to be valuing the units that do damage through death ahead of the other units that do more damage. So when in the same vein, we have Yamato. So you can go on Cerebral, Int, and you can go on also like a Suicide team. There's a Grand Party team that you can just put units that can deal damage through death. You can put KIZARU, this Roger Crew, Yamato, and this guy in it, and you will be dealing a lot of damage. You can be like charging your burst sometimes with it. I saw a lot of people using it. And the third one is a normal legend, is this Garp. He's pretty insane. He does crazy damage after his death. So I'm putting him on B tier. You can disagree with me and put these units on C tier and have the units that I'm going to be putting on B tier, but I'm going to be this is my opinion, this is my list. I'm going to be putting these units here. And then we go into C tier. Now we put in one of the best units in normal Rumble that can carry your team with their damage. We have Luffy Lucci, we have Film Red Luffy, and we have PvP Kuma. These are one of the best and more unstable units that you can find on most of the PvP teams we have right now, the meta. This goes on the shooter teams. Luffy goes on the strength team, sometimes Powerhouse if you want to make a team like that. And Kuma can go on shooter and can go on the strength team. You're going to get a lot of value from having him and maxing him eventually. I don't advise maxing him at the start. You should be focusing on these top here to max first. And then we go into D tier. We're going to put Ace, Boa Hancock, S-Hawk, and Roger Rayleigh Gaban. Again, these units are insane. They do crazy damage for their team, and they're gonna get even better with the introduction of the Rumble Limit Break, which is going to allow them to deal insane damage and probably one-shot teams. Like as of right now, S-Hawk almost one-shot team. If we give him an extra 25% attack, it's curtains. He's gonna be one-shotting every time he launches. Same goes for these other units. The only thing why they're not good is because they're not good, but they're not going to be prioritized to buff or to use your keys on early on because they don't have a good Grand Party leader. And then finally we have Gear 5 Luffy, the OG one. I just put him here. He's decent for people that are just starting the game. You get him for free. You can just use him to get some wins, and it can get you pretty far if you know how to use him or if you get lucky. So that's it for the list. To summarize, you want to buff one of these three units, either Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Quick Luffy, or Kaido versus Luffy. You get a lot of value from Kaido versus Luffy because it's two units in one, and it's going to depend on which unit you use the most or which unit you have a team for, basically. And then once you have one of these units rainbow keyed, you can go to one of these two, either KIZARU or Marcus Mars. That way we have all of this, basically all of the tags, all of the powerful tags covered. Whichever season comes in, you're gonna have either 5 Elders, World Government for Marcus Mars, Logia or Marine for KIZARU, or 4 Emperor, Mythical Zoan, Straw Hat, and Egghead, and Wano with one of these 3 units. And then from there you can decide later. You can go with Luffy. With this Luffy, I like this Luffy, but I'm not gonna put him in S tier. You can go with Venus Zero if you're using him on a lot of teams. You can also go the route of these 3 if you're using int or psi, or if the meta goes where I predict where units that can do damage after dying are going to be more valuable, you can buff them. And if you're using a lot of quick or a lot of shooter or strength teams, you can buff these ones, and so on. It's going to be your decision, and you don't have to make a decision right now. The best advice I could give you is to wait until the next Grand Party season to decide. You're not in a rush, you can wait until then to use your key. Let me know in the comments down below which units you're planning to spend your keys on, or if you disagree with me on the list. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.